Hello and welcome back to the EmpowerHer Business Accelerator podcast. I'm your host, Philippa Channer, and we're continuing our February series on customer relationships. In today's episode, we're going to be exploring how to foster loyalty and retention in a digital world. With so many businesses competing for attention online, building loyalty can be extremely challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. Creating lasting digital relationships with your customers keeps them coming back and helps you stand out in a very crowded online space. All right, so before we get started, here's a quick reminder about the EmpowerHer program. If you're interested in taking your business to the next level, that's building stronger customer relationships and implementing strategies for long-term growth, I would love for you to join us. You can schedule a strategic planning session with me to discuss how the program can help you. The link, of course, is in the show notes, and I'll talk more about that at the end of the show. So now, let's focus a little bit more on our topic for today, that's building loyalty and retention in a digital world. So first off, let's talk about why loyalty and retention even matter. In the digital space, so we're talking on our websites, social media accounts, like anything that's accessed digitally through a computer or through your mobile device. This is not necessarily like your one-on-one meetings, but in a digital space, so you're not physically in front of the person. Customers have more options and it's easier to access alternatives than before. So being able to stand out and keeping your customers loyal is going to require intentional efforts to foster trust, making sure that you're delivering value and you're doing what you can to keep them engaged with you. When you build loyalty and retain customers, you're creating advocates for your brand who are likely to make repeat purchases and also refer others to you. So loyal customers also contribute to the stable revenue base. They reduce the cost associated with constantly seeking new clients. So here I'm going to give you 5 strategies for fostering loyalty and retention digitally. The first thing you want to do is create a seamless online experience. From your website navigation to your checkout process, every online interaction should be smooth and user-friendly. Frustrating a digital experience drives customers away. If they find your site hard to navigate or the buying process difficult, they're less likely to return. So an example of this is optimizing your website for mobile devices, simplifying the checkout process, and ensuring that all links and pages load quickly. A seamless experience encourages customers to come back for even more. Another thing I want to add to this too is making sure you're providing all the information they need to make a valid decision. I recently saw a advertisement for a retreat, and they described the retreat. It's amazing from what it sounds like. It's actually 3 days worth of time. The cost was actually pretty reasonable, considering that the cost covers room and board, it covers your meals, and just the overall experience. So it's a great value for cost. And I would love to have taken advantage of the opportunity. But the more and more I dug into the content, looked at the page where it described the retreat, the checkout page, the original ad where I saw the promotion for it, nothing told me where the retreat was. And I'm like, how do I know if I can reasonably do this? Like, how do I know? Because if it's depending on the timing, I would either need to drive there. Do I need to fly there? Is it local? There is no indication whatsoever of location. And I thought they're going to be losing a lot of people because that's something you would want to know before you invest into spending 3 days with somebody. So anyway, that's an example of creating a seamless online experience. The flow of the functionality of reading the information and then going to the checkout and checking out, it's probably seamless, but it didn't have the full customer experience in mind because missing that information made a whole big difference for me. All right. The second point in creating strategies for fostering loyalty and retention digitally is going to look at our social media world. You want to engage consistently on social media. Social media allows you to stay connected with customers. You can share valuable content and respond to questions and feedback in real time. Consistent engagement keeps you top of mind and fosters a sense of community. Customers are more likely to be loyal when they can feel a personal connection to your brand. And oftentimes they need to do that where they are, which is on their phones majority of the time. And so connecting to you where they are is important. So an example of this is regularly posting helpful content, sharing updates, and being sure to respond to comments and messages promptly. You can even try hosting a live Q&A or share behind the scenes content to keep followers engaged and invested. The third strategy for today is offering exclusive benefits for loyalty. Reward your loyal customers with special perks, even discounts or early access to new products or services. Exclusive benefits make customers feel appreciated and valued, encouraging them to remain loyal to your brand. So an example of this is you can create a VIP program for repeat customers, offering them a discount after a certain number of purchases or giving them early access to some of the sales you're having. These benefits incentivize them to continuing, choosing your business over others. The fourth strategy is to provide valuable and personalized content. Delivering content that sparks directly to your customer needs and interests makes them feel understood and makes them feel valued. When you provide relevant content, customers are more likely to see you as an expert in your field and trust your recommendations. So an example of this is emails. Sending personalized emails with product recommendations based on past purchases, or creating a blog post or a video that addresses common customer questions and pain points. Those are definitely key to demonstrating that you are hearing them, you're seeing them, you know them. So personalized content, it builds stronger, more relevant connections. And then lastly, the fifth strategy for fostering loyalty and retention in a digital space is to ask for and act on feedback. Actively seeking feedback shows customers that you value their opinion and that you're committed to improving their experience with you. Customers are more likely to remain loyal when they can feel heard and understood. Acting on feedback demonstrates that you not only care about hearing about their needs, but you're willing to make changes to serve them better. So you can do this by sending surveys or include feedback requests in follow-up emails. When you receive suggestions, take time to implement feasible changes and let your customers know that you've listened to them and that you're changing it because of their feedback. This builds trust and shows that you prioritize their satisfaction. Guys, fostering loyalty in a digital world requires a balance of convenience, engagement, and personalization. By delivering a seamless experience, engaging consistently, and rewarding loyalty, you can build long-lasting relationships with your customers and stand out in a digital space. All right, so thanks for joining me again today. Next week, we're going to conclude our series by discussing how to personalize customer experiences at every touch point. It's a powerful strategy for building long-term loyalty. And if you're interested in learning more about the EmpowerHer program and how it can help you strengthen your customer relationships, you want to schedule a one-to-one meeting with me. This is a strategic planning session that you can use the link in the show notes to do this, and we'll get together. I'm going to learn all about your business, and you'll learn all about the program, and we'll see if it's a good fit. So I'd love to chat with you, learn about your goals, and see how we can help. Until next time, keep shining. And remember, in a digital world, loyalty is earned through consistency, care, and connection.